Here I am driving into one of my favourite shore diving spots. We've just had a miraculous run of weather. I ended up diving 10 out of 11 days, and the end of this video is the final day of diving before the weather's just gone completely pear-shaped, and it's now undivable as I'm recording this, and will be for at least a week or so. Anyway, it's a bit of a rugged little ride in now. The road hasn't been maintained for a long time, but it's an absolutely magic little spot. Magic. Let's hope the Jew are home. Well, the Jew went in my normal place. They're in my backup spot, which was really weird. But anyway, a beautiful little school of Jew, and this guy made a very, very poor decision to go back towards the cave instead of bolting off with his mates, and paid the ultimate price for it. Not massive fish, but beautiful eating this size. Now that I had my one Jew, it was time to go and have a look for some lobsters. They have been really good on this reef. I've had to work really hard this season for them out here, but anyway, here's a nice one sitting in a really, really ordinary hole from his perspective, and very easy to get out. Nice big one, just under the maximum size. You can see with the 18 centimetre oversized measurer that he's genuinely under the 18 centimetres, but not by much, so absolutely perfect prey. One species this place does not have a shortage of is slipper lobsters. Any of these big caves or cracks, you're a very good chance for a slipper. Last time I dived, there was a big wobbegong in there, but this time there wasn't, and you rarely see a slipper that stick out as well as this, so yeah, nice easy one to get. Check it for eggs, no eggs, good size one, so that one can come home with me. Where you see one slipper, you'll often see another one or even a few slippers in the same area together. This was a little bit unusual. There's one slipper on top of the other, so I pulled the smaller one off first, and there was a nice bigger one in underneath. Always check carefully for eggs on these bigger ones, especially this time of the season, because a lot of the big ones have got eggs. This is a female slipper lobster like the big ones seem to be, but it's already released all its eggs. I'll just let the little one go. A little later on I found another big legal eastern rock lobster. This crack had a wobbegong in it on one end and a bit of a deep section in the middle that was going to be tricky to get the lobsters out of. I really needed to try and push this lobster to the shallow end of the crack to make sure I could get it, but I didn't really want to stick my hand right over the front of this wobbegong deep in the crack. So anyway, a bit of manoeuvring backwards and forwards, and I finally really stuffed this up and pushed him into the back of the hole where I didn't want him to be. Now I've got this lobster where I can only just reach its antenna. I really need another inch or two of reach to be able to get a real proper grip on it. Anyway, I use a technique that can sometimes work, and this lobster was a little bit on the dumb side, so I worked on him. Was you get hold of the antenna gently and then slowly work your fingers up over the antenna until you get to the horn of the lobster, and slowly pulling him around without putting too much pressure on to break the antenna off, and then try to get your fingers around the horn. So that's exactly what I did, and yeah, luckily for me it paid off.
Oh, nice.
This time of the season, a lot of the female slipper lobsters and Panulira species will have eggs on them, and this longer piece was no exception. Still pulled it out gently. You can't tell when you're sitting in the crack whether it's got eggs or not, so pulled it out, but they're very, very obvious on these tropical crays. I was still looking for my third eastern rock lobster in all of these caves, but what I kept finding was slipper lobsters, so I just pulled a few of them out just to show you. This one was just about as small a slipper lobster as you could possibly find. This is pretty unusual for this time of the year to see a slipper lobster sitting right out in the open. You often see them in September wandering around looking for a mate. But yeah, anyway, this guy's not worried about anything at all, just sitting out there. Quite a good size one as well. I'd taken a frozen lobster head out with me, and when I saw a little snapper I decided to start pulling the legs off and throwing them out, and before I knew it I had 4 snapper in the burley. But it's crystal clear water and I only had the 1 metre gun, which is a bit undergunned for these reds. They were on fire, just zooming around. At one stage 2 of them had a fight on the surface over the legs trying to pull it out of each other's mouth, so just entertaining to watch. I've got a video on how to use this technique to great effect, so check that out if you're interested. I was hoping for a really big red to come screaming in and grab that lobster horn, but the biggest of these fish probably about 3 kilos, a couple of 2 kilo ones, and the baby one maybe even 1 kilo. crazy weather. Flat as a tack and sunny when I got in. Now it's crazy storms. Grey old rainy day. Swells come up. Water looks a bit dirtier. Good conditions for Spanish, so that's the hope. This was 1st of December, first day of summer. I'm about 1.5 k's offshore. It's going to be our last day of diving for a while because the weather's gone pear-shaped. Big Spanish come in, and unfortunately didn't get the camera rolling before I got to put the shot in. But anyway, I got to put a really good shot straight through the spine, snapped the spine. I didn't even have to let go of the gun, and just played him off the jinkai. Got him in nice and quick, which is always a relief. And he ended up going 17 kilos, this Spanish. This cheeky whaler come and took a bite out of my Spanish on the float. I had it nice and close to me. I was trying to do a few more dives to see if I could get another Spanish, but anyway, I discouraged him. That yelling is good on the whalers. It usually turns them off, makes him well aware that you're really chasing him around. First Spanish for the season. Nice little shark bite out of him. Very, very frightening dive back in. 3 sharks, 3 meters viz, huge whaler. I couldn't see the whole lot of him. Scared the hell out of me. Anyhow, I got this. Nice big Spanish, big head on it. Woo! 1.5 kilometers each way swim. Man, I haven't been that frightened for a while. Woo! Yeah. These sharks, they're just killing me.